Today's hearing is a part of a broader oversight effort by the committee to examine U.S. policy options to address the twin threats presented by Iran and Syria. On October 11, 2011, the United States approach to the Iranian regime should have gone a major change. On that day, it was revealed that the Iranian regime was actively planning on an attack on a foreign diplomat in the United States and was willing and able to kill and maim innocent Americans in the process. If the regime feels secure enough in planning a U.S.-based attack now, imagine how much more blatant its aggression will be if it had nuclear weapons. Instead of begging for help, we need a realistic policy that reflects the urgency and the multifaceted nature of the Iranian threat. For U.S. and global security, these regimes must be made to understand that the cost of their aggressive actions will be too great for them to bear, and that they must immediately abandon their nuclear weapons program, their unconventional weapons, and ballistic missile development, and support for violent extremists, and the repression of their own people. The time is now. I now turn to my good friend, Mr. Berman, for his opening statement. Mr. Poe is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In 1979, 444 Americans were held hostage, or rather 52 Americans were held hostage for 444 days by the Iranian tyrants. The United States, in my opinion, has held the MEK political hostage for 450 days for its failure to abide by a court order, and the court saying 15 months ago that the MEK was denied due process by our own State Department, and our State Department has failed to make up its mind one way or other whether the MEK should be delisted or stay on the list. I think that's not a good situation for the United States State Department to be in, that it should make a decision. And sanctions historically have never worked. It just prolongs the inevitable, whatever that may be. My question, Secretary Sherman, is does the United States have a policy that supports a regime change in Iran through the people of Iran?
The administration has a policy to eliminate Iran's nuclear weapons program and ambitions, to stop its international terrorism, to stop its destabilization.
Excuse me, Secretary Sherman. I only have 5 minutes,
Yes.
and I don't want you to talk so much that I don't get an answer.
Yes.
Does the United States government have a policy that we support a regime change by the people of Iran in their country?
I think what we have seen throughout the Arab Spring is that, and in this situation in Syria, is when people themselves make choices about what they want for their future, the international community should support people in that effort. But it's up to the people of Iran.
But do we support the regime change? If the people of Iran want a regime change, do we support it? Would we support it?
I think we would support the people of Iran having the same freedoms that all of the rest of us have.
So I'm sorry. Is that just a yes or a no, or you don't know?
That is exactly what I said, Congressman, which is we support the aspirations of the Iranian people.
I think one way that we can help a regime change, and I do believe that is the greatest hope for peace, is that there is a regime change and the little fellow from the desert, Ahmadinejad, be replaced by his own people. That's the most secure and best way for world peace, is to replace him through the people. But one way we can do that is show support by